International, I am Dennis at Digunlui. President Bola Tinubu will leave France for Cape Town, South Africa on Monday to co-chair the 11th session of the Nigeria-South Africa Binational Commission, BNC, alongside President Cyril Ramaphosa. The presidential BNC, scheduled for Tuesday, December 3rd, will be preceded by a ministerial meeting on December 2nd at the South African Parliament's building in Cape Town. President Tinubu and President Ramaphosa will engage in substantive talks on a wide range of issues of mutual interest, including bilateral, regional, and international matters. A statement by the Presidential Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, indicates that at the high-level meeting, officials of both countries will sign several memoranda of understanding and agreements. The leaders of the three main Irish political parties have all been re-elected to serve in the Dáil Irish Parliament. So far, 41 of the Dáil's 174 seats have been filled, with counting resuming on Sunday morning. Michael Martin of Fianna Fáil, Simon Harris of Fine Gael, and the Sinn Féin leader, Mary Lou MacDonald, have overcome their first obstacles in the Irish general election. Now they all face an even bigger challenge to try to form the next government. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael have served together in the outgoing government, and after the first day of counting votes, they seem well placed to return to government. Georgia's pro-Western president has said she will stay in the post until new parliament elections are held, as protests continue over the government's decision to put EU accession negotiations on hold. Speaking to the BBC, Salom Zurabishvili, who has sided with the opposition, described the current parliament as illegitimate after allegations of fraud in last month's elections. Zurabishvili said she would retain her role as president despite the country's newly elected parliament saying it would choose her replacement on the 14th of December. Mass protests in the capital are continuing to erupt for a third consecutive night on Saturday in the capital, Tbilisi. Riot police have been deployed around the country's parliament, the focal point of 3 nights of protests. Huge flooding caused by heavy rain in Malaysia and neighboring Thailand have killed at least 12 people, officials say. More than 122,000 people have been forced out of their homes in northern Malaysia, while in southern Thailand, around 13,000 others have also been displaced. There are fears the number could rise as heavy rain and storm warnings remain in place. Emergency services personnel have been deployed to help rescue stranded residents, and shelters are being provided. The flooding, which began earlier in the week, has seen thousands of residents evacuated in both nations. Flooding has impacted nearly 534,000 households in southern Thailand, disaster officials said, and 2 hospitals had to close to prevent floodwaters from damaging medical facilities. Russia has carried out a series of airstrikes in Syria early on Sunday as rebels advanced towards the south, according to the UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. They hit rural parts of Idlib and Hama, where the group leading the rebel offensive has recently taken control. It follows the first Russian strikes on Aleppo since 2016 on Saturday, as rebels seized most Syria's second-largest city. The offensive, which began earlier in the week, marks the most significant fighting in Syria's civil war in recent years. More than 300 people, including at least 20 civilians, have been killed since Wednesday. Well, that's the updates of the news at this time. Thank you for watching. I'm Dennis at Digunlui.